Hi, I'm Anna. I'm here to guide you through a Hatha yoga practice that can be done first thing in the morning to help wake you up, energize the whole body, and find focus and clarity for your mind. If you can, find a place where you can be alone and in quiet throughout this practice. This will help you to turn your focus within. And as you go through the rest of the day, maybe you can reflect on ways that you show up differently when you've taken some time to care for yourself first thing in the morning. So when you're ready to get started, we'll be in your favorite seated position. Feel free to pause and grab a blanket or a pillow to sit up on if that's more comfortable. And when you're ready, we'll meet up on the mat. So come into whatever a comfortable seated position looks like. The feet can be bent under in Vajrasana, or you can find a variation of cross-legged. You might extend the arms out long and take first finger to thumb for Dhyana Mudra. Relax the rest of the fingers. Let the shoulders roll down the back and take the eyes closed. Find a moment in stillness to observe how your body and your mind feel as you arrive to this space. Notice the quality of your breath and start to deepen the breath, finding a full breath into the belly. Exhale completely. Notice if the breath naturally slows down and take a couple more just like that. Full inhale into the belly. Exhale all the air out of the lungs. We'll open with chanting the sound Om, one round of Om. So first find one more full breath. Exhale all the air out of the lungs. And take an inhale to prepare. Leave the eyes closed and start to rub the palms together so you feel that you're generating heat within the palms. You can focus on sending energy here, bringing prana into the energy centers on the palm of the hands. Once you feel heat generating here, bring the palms over the closed eyelids and gently press on the eyes. Relax the hands and let the eyes start to open behind the palms, letting in just a little bit of light. And on your next exhale, relax the hands back down. We'll interlock the hands and start to push the palms away now. Reach the palms all the way up towards the sky, taking a big stretch through the side body. Inhale here. Exhale to bend to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale left. Inhale center. Release the hands and start to find your way into a tabletop position on the hands and the knees. Wrists just underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Feel your body lengthen in this position So crown of the head beaming forward, the hips forming a straight line towards the back. From here, we'll come through a few rounds of cat-cow. So as you inhale, start to drop the belly, lift the gaze forward, arching the spine through cow. Exhale to round the spine. Tuck the tailbone and the chin under. Round the spine through cat. Continue with the breath. As you stay with this movement, observe the entire spine from tailbone up to the base of the skull. Find one more round. As you inhale, arching. As you exhale, round and push the floor away. Inhale to come back to neutral. And then find a small arch of the spine. Gaze just towards the front edge of the mat. And start to walk your hands towards the front of the mat to come down towards puppy pose. So the chest starts to lower. You can find your forehead resting on the mat, or maybe you just want to wiggle your hips a little back and forth as you come down. Belly is pulling towards the thighs. Find a couple breaths here. Slowly lift the head. Walk the hands back. And we'll let the big toes tap together, knees widen, and lower the hips towards a child's pose. Find a few deep breaths here. Slowly start to lift the head. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. And we're going to tuck the toes and lift the hips to come through our first downward facing dog. Here you might like to find some movement. You can bend alternating knees and pedal out your dog. Or find any other movements you might be craving as you start to wake up the body a little bit more. Find at least 2 or 3 breaths in stillness. The hands pressing into the floor to lift the hips high, and then reaching heels towards the ground. From here, we'll bend the knees again and start to walk the hands towards the feet towards the hands rather. Feet will come hips distance. Let the belly drop down towards the thighs and bring the hands to opposite elbows for a relaxed forward bend or Uttanasana. The head is heavy. You might rock the head and the arms a little left and right, swaying to release the low back here. Let the hands release. Head stays down, chin tucked, and we'll slowly roll the spine up. Let the head be the last thing to come up, slowly stacking the spine towards standing. And once you arrive in standing, come towards the front edge of the mat to find Tadasana. Big toes touching if possible. So the second toes are pointing forward. Roll the shoulders back. Let the fingertips reach towards the ground. And here let the eyes be open, focused on a fixed point. We're going to come through one round of Surya Namaskar or sun salutations on each side of the body. So on your next exhale, start to bring the hands in front of the heart, thumbs pressing into the sternum for Pranamasana, the prayer pose. On an inhale, reach the hands up to the sky, arms overhead. Hands can reach back, hips pushing forward to find a gentle back bend. Inhale here. Exhale to fold forward, hands beside the feet. Head relaxed down for Uttanasana. Step the left foot back, let the knee lower, and inhale as you bring the gaze forward, chest lifted for Ashwasanchalanasana, the equestrian pose. We'll root the hands down and step the right foot back into your plank pose. And we're going to lower through Ashtangasana, the 8-pointed pose. So start to let the knees, chest, and chin lower towards the mat. Elbows squeeze in towards the side. And we'll slide the chest forward and lift the heart for Bhujangasana, the cobra pose. Let the head start to lower and lift the hips, returning to our downward facing dog. Couple breaths here. Bring the left foot forward, lower the right knee, and inhale to lift the chest for Ashwasanchalanasana, the other side. Bring the right foot forward. Exhale to fold over the legs, returning to Uttanasana. Inhale to reach the arms overhead, small back bend. Exhale to release the hands through the center line and return to Tadasana. We'll find that same flow on the other side. Another round of Surya Namaskar. Inhale here. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up, back bend. Exhale to fold over the legs. This time, take the right foot back, lower the knee. Inhale to lift the chest. Hold the breath as you step back into plank. And exhale to drop knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale through cobra. Exhale through downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward. Lower the left knee. Inhale through Ashwasanchalanasana. Left foot forward. Exhale to fold. Inhale to reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands through the heart. Release the arms down. Find a couple deep breaths in Tadasana. We'll release through the side body. So from Tadasana, thighs are still pressing towards each other. Bring the hands in front of the heart and interlock the last 3 fingers, pointer finger coming out and thumbs crossed for Kali Mudra. Start to reach the pointer fingers up towards the sky, taking a big stretch of the body upwards. Inhale here. Exhale to bend to the right. Hips are pressing left, equal weight through both feet. Inhale through center, big reach up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center, release the hands, and return to Tadasana, still at the front edge of the mat. We'll come through some of our warrior poses, Virabhadrasana, starting with warrior one. First, inhale to reach the arms up, and exhale to lower over the legs. Knees can be bent, so you can let the fingertips brush the floor. Step the left leg behind, let the heel rotate down towards the floor. And on an inhale, reach the fingertips up to the sky, bending into the right knee to find warrior one. You can keep the arms hand distance, shoulder distance, or you can return to find that Kali Mudra, gaze lifting and fingertips pointing towards the back wall. Couple more breaths here. Start to bring the gaze forward. We're going to shift our torso to reach the arms forward, sending more weight into your front right foot. Start to lift to the left toes, and we'll come to stand in the right foot. Left foot reaching behind to find warrior three. Start to straighten the body up. Release the left foot beside the right. And let the arms settle back down by the side. Return to Tadasana. And find a few deep breaths before we repeat on the other side. Prepare to come into warrior one, other side. Inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale to bend forward. Let the fingertips brush the ground. And step the right foot behind. Heel rotating towards the floor. Find your stable base here. And then let an inhale guide the arms up overhead. Either just reaching fingertips up, or again, you can take Kali Mudra, interlocking all but the first finger. If you want to find a slight back bend, the gaze will lift, the pointer fingers will reach back in space. On your next exhale, start to lean a straight spine forward. Send the weight into the left foot. Lift the right foot and create one long line from the fingertips to the right heel in warrior three. Let an inhale guide the arms back overhead. Right foot meets the left. Relax the arms down. Good. From here, we're going to turn wide on the mat, setting up for Trikonasana, the triangle pose. So bring the feet out as wide as you comfortably can, with weight still coming into both edges of the foot. And we'll start by rotating the right toes out to the side so that the right heel is intersecting the left arch. Lift the arms, focus your gaze on the right middle finger, and on an exhale, start to reach the right hand forward. Lower the hand towards the outside of the right leg. And if you'd like, the gaze can turn up towards the left thumb. At least 5 breaths here. Exhale the gaze back down. Inhale through center. And with the arms still extended, we'll turn the right toes in. Hands come onto the hips. Inhale to lift the heart, puff the chest forward. And as you exhale, we'll bend forward to come into a wide-legged forward fold or Ugrasana. The hands can be underneath the head as you come in. And tip the weight forward into the toes so that you can bring the belly a little closer to the space in between the thighs. Inhale to lift halfway. Return the hands to the waist. Come all the way back to stand. And now we'll turn the left toes out, finding Trikonasana on the other side. Extend the arms. Gaze toward the left middle finger. Exhale to reach the left hand forward. And lower left hand towards the outside of the left leg. Gaze can travel up or anywhere in between. And find your breath here. Let an exhale bring the gaze downward. Inhale to lift through center. Arms will stay extended. This time we'll bring the left toes in. And then exhale to fold so that the hands can reach towards the big toes. You might wrap the first 2 fingers around the big toes. Inhale to send the crown of the head forward, lifting halfway. And exhale to fold. Bend into the elbows this time as you return to your wide-legged forward fold. One more breath here. Inhale to lift halfway. Release the grip of the toes, hands on the waist. Find yourself standing back up tall and start to walk the feet back together. We'll meet in Tadasana and prepare for one last standing pose. So we'll finish with Vrikshasana, the tree pose, and we'll take a longer hold of this pose so that you can focus the mind. It's a really good posture for strengthening the body, strengthening the legs, and also for bringing clarity to the mind, since our balancing poses require us to maintain stillness in the body and the mind. So shift your weight over to the right foot. Bring the left knee out to the side, and the left sole of the foot can come to the inside of the calf or up towards the inner thigh. You can bring hands in front of the heart and stay here, or you can again find Kali Mudra and lift the pointer fingers up to the sky. So the body will feel very tall. The right leg is working as straight as possible. Keep your gaze focused on one point, your drishti. And return to your slow breath. Take about 3 more breaths here. Right leg might be feeling a little burn. When you're ready to release, exhale to slowly lower the arms and softly land the left foot down. Pick up the right foot and roll the ankle a few times, each direction. Good. Now we'll return to bring weight into the left foot. So the left side of the body is growing really tall. The left knee can keep a little bend, but we want to work towards a straight leg. Bring the right knee out to the side, and the foot will come either to the inside of the calf or onto the inner thigh. Find your balance here. Hands will either return to come in front of the heart or lift up to Kali Mudra. You can find a slightly different shape on this side. This is your practice, your time to play with what feels good in your body, what helps you feel strong, like a tree growing up towards the sun. The mind wanders, return your focus to the sensation of creating one strong line of the body, left foot through the crown of the head. And when you're ready to release, let an exhale guide the arms down, right foot to the floor, and roll out the left ankle. One direction and the other. Start to bring the feet out about as wide as the width of your mat, toes out at about 45 degrees. And we'll bring the hands in front of the heart in prayer position to come down into Malasana, a squatting pose. So keep the spine straight and start to lower the hips down. If possible, the hips will rest down all the way so that the hips are pressing down towards the heels. Keep growing the spine tall here. Start to reach the right fingertips down towards the inside of the right foot. Inhale to lift the left arm, gaze upward. Keep pulling that left knee back in space so that it doesn't collapse inward. Switch sides. So lower the left hand inside the left foot. Inhale to reach up with the right fingertips. Knees moving outward with the strength of the thighs. Release the right hand down. With the hands in front of you, start to walk the legs back. And we're going to come to lie down on the stomach. Hands can be stacked with the forehead resting on the backs of the hands. And take a moment's rest here in Makrasana, a crocodile pose. Feel the breath still moving into the belly so that the back rib cage expands as you take these deep breaths. From here, we're going to come through 2 rounds of Bhujangasana, the cobra pose, starting our back bending sequence. Start by bringing the legs together, tops of the feet pressing down, and the toes are pointing back. So we start our back bends with a feeling of extension. Let the hands come underneath the shoulders, forehead resting on the mat. And our first round will be a small cobra, baby cobra. So inhale to lift the head, squeeze the shoulder blades back, shoulders away from the ears. And this time there's no weight in the hands. So it's just the strength of the back lifting you up. One more inhale here. Exhale to slowly lower the head. Forehead taps down. Prepare to come through one more round. This time we might lift up higher. Inhale to start lifting the forehead, lift the shoulders, and then you might send some weight through the hands to bring the heart a little higher. Maybe you'd like to lift the gaze, chin opening up the space around the throat. When you're ready to come down, reverse that motion. So exhale to slowly lower, chin brushing the floor. Let the forehead come down. Relax the arms by the side and let the right cheek rest on the mat. We'll follow with Dhanurasana, the bow pose. So return your forehead to the mat, bend into both the knees, and reach your hands for the ankles, just underneath the foot. We'll start by feeling the shoulder blades rolling back again. And on an inhale, lift the head, lift the knees, kick the ankles into the hands, and find about 5 breaths here. Notice the belly rocking on the floor as you breathe. On an exhale, slowly lower the forehead. Release both the ankles and turn the left cheek to rest on the floor. Bring the hands under the shoulders so you can slide yourself back to child's pose. We'll pause for a moment here, letting the shoulders release. So this time you might want to take the backs of the hands alongside the ankles. Allow the low back to round. Shoulders relax. Very good. Start to roll yourself up to a kneeling position. And we're going to finish our back bending practice on our backs. So working on the wheel pose, or an upward facing bow, sometimes called. So bring the feet flat onto the ground and walk the hips close towards the heels. Reach the hands forward, and as you exhale, slowly roll the spine down. So take the time to create flexion in the spine, rounding the spine. Let your head come down last. And once you arrive here, walk the heels in as close to your bottom as possible. And make sure that the knees are about hips distance so that they stay stacked just over the ankles throughout our next couple of postures. We'll start with the half wheel or bridge pose, a variation on bridge pose. So you can keep the arms down by the side, or I like to lift the arms overhead and hold onto opposite elbows. So you feel the heart opening here. Exhale here. Inhale to start rolling the hips up towards the sky. You'll feel more weight go into the shoulders and the chin press into the chest. On an exhale, slowly roll the spine back down. Now you can find that same posture, or you can work towards Chakrasana, the wheel pose. You can also stop anywhere in between. So you'll either repeat just like you did now, or start to bring the hands beside the ears with the fingertips pointing towards the feet. Exhale here. Inhale to lift the hips up again. Exhale here. And your next inhale will lift up onto the crown of the head. Here you can adjust the hands at all to make sure the fingertips are pointing straight back, and then start to lift up, straightening the arms. Wherever you ended up, find 5 slow breaths here. And we'll reverse that to come out. So exhale to land the crown of the head softly to the floor. Tuck the back of the head down. Release the hips. Let the arms come out by the side. And go ahead and rock the knees left and right a few times. We're going to sit back up to find a few counter poses. So I'll guide you to sit up with the body straight on the ground. So the legs extend, feet gently flexed. Reach the arms overhead. Take a big stretch of the body. And as you exhale, come to sit all the way up. Maybe you can touch the toes and then adjust your position, releasing the arms down by the sides to find Dandasana, the seated staff pose. So here you might want to rotate the inner thighs outward, feeling the sitting bones contact the floor. Gently flex the feet, gaze towards the 2 big toes, and we'll come into Paschimottanasana, the seated forward bend. Inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale to reach forward, maybe holding on to the big toes or the edges of the feet. Feel the belly press towards the thighs. And then exhale to release the forehead down towards the knees. The elbows will bend down towards the floor. And if this doesn't feel like a nice stretch in the back, if you feel any pinching or a lot of tension in the backs of the legs, you can always bend the knees slightly here. Let the breath slow down. Feel the sensation like your forehead is being pulled towards the knees by gravity. When you're ready to release, first inhale to gaze forward, belly towards the thighs, and then slowly straighten up, release the feet, and return to Dandasana, the seated staff pose. We'll twist the spine. It's a good way to realign the spine and release any feelings of stiffness or tension from our forward and back bending practice. So let's find Ardha Matsyendrasana. Bend into the right knee and bring the right foot just outside the left knee. Left leg can stay straight, or you can swing the left foot outside the hip. Inhale to find a tall spine. Reach the left hand upward. Bring the right hand behind. And as you exhale, twist over to the right. So the left arm will come outside, left elbow outside the right thigh. Let the gaze come over the right shoulder. And let the breath guide you into this posture. So every inhale, the spine grows a little taller, belly towards the right thigh. Every exhale, the body can move a little more into the space of the twist. On an inhale, lift the left arm, bring the gaze forward, and release both hands to the outside of the left hip for a gentle counter twist. Lean this way so you can straighten the left leg, straighten the right leg, and find a tall spine for a moment here between sides. This time we'll come to take the bend in the left knee. Place the foot outside the right knee. Bend into the right knee as well if you'd like to. So both sit bones can come down towards the ground. From here, we'll inhale to lift through the right hand and exhale to twist towards the left. So this time the left hand is behind, the right arm is hooking to the outside of the left leg. And you can always just hold this left knee in towards the center if that's more comfortable. When you're ready to release, inhale to lift the right arm back up and twist around to the right. Both hands settling outside the right hip for a short counter twist. And then come to straighten the right leg, the left leg. Reach the arms forward, and we're going to one more time roll down to the floor. So hollow out the belly, belly button pulls towards the spine, and slowly roll yourself all the way down. Head comes down last. Right away, we'll bring the thighs in towards the belly. Wrap yourself up in a little hug for Pawanmuktasana, the wind relieving pose. Use this posture to connect to deep breathing. So every inhale, the belly is expanding into the thighs. Every exhale, you can squeeze yourself, thighs a little closer to the belly. On your next exhale, you have the option to lift the head, squeezing yourself even tighter into this little ball. Release the head back down. Bring the hands onto the knees and rock yourself a little left and right. Or maybe take a few circles of the knees, one direction, and then the other. Find any last movements your body might be craving. And then start to bring the feet down. Extend the legs out long, arms wide, and settle into your final relaxation pose. As quickly As possible, release all the tension from the body. Feel the backs of the legs sink into the floor. Release the muscles of the abdomen. Let the spine take its natural curve. Feel the shoulders and the back of the head grow heavy. Unclench the jaw. Relax the muscles around the eyes. And find your natural breath. Stay in this stillness. Give your body time to simply be. And you can imagine that you're spreading this energy that comes in with the breath through every corner of the body, down to the fingertips, the toes. Take as long as you'd like here. Before you release, start to deepen the breath. Take a big inhale into the belly. Slowly exhale all the air out. Start to bring the legs back together. Sweep the arms overhead. You might hook the two thumbs. And inhale to reach the body. Hold the breath as you reach the whole body long. Exhale, relax down. Start to bend the knees. And you can come up a different way if you'd like, or take the hands on the back of the thighs and start to rock yourself. Rock along the spine, gaining momentum, and start to find your way back to a seated position. If possible, keep the gaze really soft, or let the eyes come back to close. We'll meet with the hands in front of the heart. Press the thumbs into the sternum to take Namaskar Mudra. Cultivate a feeling of loving kindness towards your body, your mind. And maybe you'd like to take a moment to internally speak an intention you'd like to bring with you for the rest of the day. Maybe a feeling of calm, focus, or a little bit more peace to carry with you. We'll close by chanting Om, followed by the Shanti mantra. Exhale all the air out of the lungs. Inhale to prepare. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Inhale to reach your prayer hand to the sky. Exhale to bow and seal that intention to bring something from this practice with you the rest of the day. When you're ready, come to sit back up, gently open the eyes. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.